ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a cope guide. I was about to say cap. Oh, Jesus Christ, that would have been terrible. But no, this is going to be a cope guide. That's right. We're going to be going over Grandon and Smologre. Some of my, favorite new copes that's been added. Grandon being the pure rock type and Smologre being a pure ice type. How good are they? How good are they in the cope format? Well, to start off, weather in the cope format is infinite. If you don't know that, now you know. Probably know that, but it's like Gen 3 weather. Now the thing is, Grandon and Smologre are special in the fact that their only abilities are the, weather abilities, right? So you're going to have to use a weather based ability. That doesn't mean that your team has to focus around that weather, though, because these mons don't really rely on the weather to just carry them. Obviously, that's like one of their main stuff that is important, but it's not really going to be like the main thing that makes the Pokemon, right? But anyways, we'll go over Grandon. Grandon, pure rock type. We have a monstrous base attack stat of 147. It's got good physical stats, not really that great special stats, and very, very low speed. Its main thing is having really good coverage, really good physical coverage. Let's see here. I did make the move sets of both of them, so they're they've got some good moves. All right, these are good Pokemon. As you can see here, a Celerock, it's got brain damage. It has Meteor Mash, Precipice Blades. It's got Home Run Bat, which is kind of useful, except it also has a signature move, which is better than that. As Heat Crash, it's got Earthquake. Real good, right? But its main funny, which it got pretty recently, is its signature move in the form of Grand Bat. Now, Grand Bat is like Dragon Tail, except it has double the power. So not only is it like as strong as a close combat, but it just switches out your opponent to a random Pokemon. God, this move is really, really good. You're already slow, so why wouldn't you use this move? Like, you can run a Celerock and Granbat, which would actually be like evil. That is evil. Well, it's whatever, but this move hurts, okay? 147 attack stat and 120 power. Obviously, in being a rock type move, it's not very accurate. Who cares? Obviously, Grandin also, because of the Sandstream, has boosted Spadef. You can assault vest this guy as well. That hasn't been used that much since this thing also gets rocks, and you probably want stealth rocks. Still, it's really, really good. Grandin is like one of the best pure rock types, I feel. Mainly because it has Sandstream. Sandstream doesn't really make it, but it really helps it out a lot. Obviously, Sandstream being infinite weather, all that stuff, really good. Also gets the bulk up. I should say that. Yeah. I don't think it's broken at all, though. Being a pure rock type, you got weaknesses. But it's whatever, right? It's whatever. But now we're gonna move on to Smologre, which is the pure ice type, and it's got snow warning. Now we should actually talk about snow warning for a moment. Snow warning works like snow, right? Snow in modern gen Pokemon, except you also get the chip. You also get the minus 1/16th of your opponent's health every single turn. So even though that also applies to your own Pokemon, that's still really, really good. Its stats are mainly, special attack, HP. Honestly, at first glance, you might think this is worse than Grandin. But I mean, it's faster, sure, but 77 speed still isn't that great. Well then, may I tell you something about, the ice type snow warning buff? You get 1.5 times, physical defense under it, right? Now, let's say your max HP and let's say your max defense. Alright? Let's say your max defense. I want you to do 284 times 1.5. You have 404 HP, more than 400 defense, 306 special attack with just this, and even though it's not that great, 106 with def. Guess what move this guy gets? Calm Mind. That's right. This thing is evil under Hail, alright? As a pure ice type, you might not see the true evils of this Pokemon. Run leftovers on it. Run leftovers on it. Run Calm Mind. Also, I should say, Frostbite is a very interesting move, which is in Cope, or it's in Cap, but this mon gets it. Basically, what it does is that it lowers your special attack by 1, or lowers the opponent's special attack by 1 if they're hit by it. Special property is that it lowers the opponent's special attack by 2 under Hail. Guess who has Snow Warning? Yeah, this thing with Calm Mind and Frostbite and your max defense, no one is safe. No one is safe. Its only downside is, yeah, it's a pure ice type. It has a lot of weaknesses. It's not really going to be able to consistently heal itself since the only healing it gets is rest. Who the fuck cares if you only have rest as your only healing option? If your opponent can't break through you, it doesn't matter. Now, this doesn't mean it's broken, obviously. It's a pure ice type. I've said this before. Pure ice types are almost always never good. Alright. They have the flaw of not having any extra typings for, any, like, stab or anything. They have that pure ice type, and that's what they have to deal with, Only 1 resistance? That's really bad for a defensive mon. Except, Smologre isn't just defensive, it's also offensive with that big 135 special attack stat. So yeah, Smologre, I think is probably better than Grandon, unfortunately, which is really funny because I don't think the ice type is better than the rock type. But yeah, we should also go over, actually, it's, special covers, and that's what you're mainly going to be using. Air Slash, Blizzard, Flash Cannon, Focus Blast, Hydro Pump, Surf, Origin Pulse, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Psychic, yeah. So, mainly what I use is Calm Mind, Rest, Thunderbolt, and Frostbite. That gets Bolt Beam coverage, You, not only do you have Bolt Beam coverage, but you also got Frostbite, you also have Calm Mind, so you're just buffing your special attack stat. Even though Frostbite is a weak move in 65 power, it doesn't really matter when, you're really, really hindering your opponent, alright? But yeah, final opinions on both of these Pokemon. I feel like I love them, I love their designs, I love how they play. I genuinely do love them. One of my favorite Pokemons, that's why I wanted to do this one. But yeah, absolutely, absolutely amazing. They're perfect the way they are. I don't need them to be changed ever. Smologre is really funny as a pure ice type that is actually good. Arctic Globe could fucking never. And Grandon is amazing in being a rock type, a pure rock type that's actually good. Not a lot of rock types can say that they're good, But yeah, that's gonna be doing it. Hopefully next guide will not take a million fucking years. I'm slowly disintegrating. My soul is slowly disintegrating. Next cope will be awesome. Next cope will be it will be a good one. Trust me, guys, and it won't be like Fractivern where I talk about it for almost 20 minutes and saying nothing. All right, see ya, Brandon.